Okay.
Say cheese.
Cheddar. I hope you captured my incredible juggling skills.
Are you okay?
I think so.
Hey everybody, I'm Riley from the Goosebumps guys, and today I'll be doing my Say Cheese and Die book review. So without further ado, you know the drill. Let's get right into our first category, the blurb. Every picture tells a story. Greg thinks there's something wrong with the old camera he and his friends found. The photographs keep turning out wrong. Very wrong. Like the snapshot Greg took of his father's new car that shows it totaled. And then Greg's father is in a nasty wreck. But Greg's friends don't believe him. Sherry even makes Greg bring the camera to her birthday party and take her picture. Only, Sherry's not in the photograph when it develops. Is Sherry about to be taken out of the picture permanently? Who is going to take the next fall for the evil camera? That's pretty much all said. That is the blurb right there. There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's the blurb. So let's move on to our next category, the book, where I tell you about book facts. So let's move right into that. Okay, so things about the book is that it was published in November of 1992. It is the fourth book in the original series. It has 132 pages, and the author's R.L. Stine, which is pretty obvious if you're a fan of Goosebumps. Anyway, that's all for the book category. Now we're going to move on to the positives. Okay, so now for the positives, I thought it was a really fun book to read. It was very enjoyable. I think that the camera is a really interesting idea, and I like R.L. Stine because he comes up with these interesting ideas that are fun to read about. This is one of the examples. I really recommend this book. Like, if you own any copy of this, it doesn't matter. One of the newer ones or one of the older ones, you gotta read it. It's super fun. You're gonna enjoy yourself. Don't worry. I really think it's an amazing book. And that's really all I have to be said. There's nothing specific I like about it. I pretty much like the entire thing. So, without further ado, we're going to move on right to our negative category, which should be pretty short, because I don't really have many. So, let's get right into that. Okay, now for my negative category, and I'm going to be 100% honest. I have no negatives, except for the differences between the book and the episode, because there are many of those. But that's pretty much it for the negative category. I think it's a really cool book. Really, really cool scenes in this book. So, some graphic things, like, it's a really cool book. Like I said, you gotta read it. But one example is, like, one kid gets hit in the back of the head with a baseball. So that's pretty brutal, in my opinion. But, I don't really have any negatives, and I can't really think of any negatives, to be honest. So, we're gonna move on from the negative category, and we're gonna move straight into the TV versus book category. So, without further ado, let's hop right into that. Alright, so now for the book versus TV category, we have a bunch of differences right here and episode fun facts. So, I'll go ahead and start from the top, and let's get right into it. In the book, Greg Banks first finds the camera in a compartment hidden in the wall of the basement of a reputed haunted house he and his friends are exploring. But in the TV version, he still finds it in a hidden compartment, but in the wall of the basement of an abandoned factory building. Which, yeah, so in the beginning of the book, him and his friends are exploring a, abandoned house, but in the episode, they're exploring, like, a giant, big factory. It's kind of weird, but I honestly like the factory more than the haunted house, because it adds more, like, creepiness to it, you know? Okay, so, next one. The camera in the original book is described as an ordinary-looking, old-fashioned Polaroid camera, except that it was much heavier. In the television version, it has a more futuristic design. It's unknown why it was given a change of appearance, especially since the second DVD release also has the camera look ordinary. So yeah, that's another thing I noticed, but honestly, I like the futuristic look because it adds to the camera's mysteriousness, and I just think it looks really cool. That's my personal opinion. But anyway, on to the next one. Greg's nightmare of the family picnic, where the photo he takes turns his family into skeletons, is shown in full detail in the episode. In the book, Greg briefly describes it to Sherry, his friend. This was due to R.L. Stine adding the dream into the book at the last minute, because after the cover art from Tim Jacobus was finished. So this is the cover art, right? It depicts a Polaroid picture of a skeleton barbecue. Very iconic. One of the most iconic Goosebumps pictures out there, and there's so many. iconic covers, but this is probably one of the, if not the most iconic, just because it's really iconic. There's nothing else to say about that. But, that wasn't in the book, but the cover art was so good that R.L. Stine decided to actually include it in the book, but not for a long time. But that in the episode, it gets more screen time, and they actually recreate the photo there, but it's not very good quality because it was the 90s, but we're not going to talk about that. Give me a second. Alright. Nothing in the book indicated that Mr. Banks needed glasses. In the episode, his actor Marvin Karan wears them. So yeah, Mr. Banks is Greg Banks' father. He doesn't, like, there's no indication of him wearing glasses, but the actor wore glasses. So I guess he wears glasses. Who knows? Anyway, Nina Blake, Mr. and Mrs. Walker, and Jerry Norman are omitted/removed in this episode. The ending of the television episode is different. Instead of dying of fright, Spidey gets trapped inside his own camera after his picture was taken. He can be seen inside the camera pleading to be released. When Joey and Mickey, which are the bullies, find the camera, Spidey gets released, however, because they use the camera and it releases him. I like the book ending more because him dying of fright, because they threatened to take his picture, was pretty gruesome and pretty, like, graphic as well. If you read that, it's pretty graphic. Like, they really explain it and stuff. It was pretty scary, but in this, he just gets trapped in the camera, so, it's not that scary. But, so I like the book ending a lot more. But they're both special in their own ways. They both do things better than the other. So, now, we're going to move on to the episode fun facts. Say Cheese and Die was released on DVD on September 11th, 2007, and it did not get a VHS release, which is odd. Like, last video, gosh, which one did I do? Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to think of the book I did. I don't remember. Gosh, what was it? Oh! Yes, Stay Out of the Basement. So Stay Out of the Basement got a VHS release, but it never got a DVD release. So here the roles are reversed. This got a DVD release, not a VHS release. And actually, I have a DVD of this. I don't know if it's the first edition or the second, because the first ones were printed September 11th, 2007, and the other ones were printed in, like, 2015, like around 2015. I'm not sure, but I have one still in the cellophane. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but it's like the plastic that goes around it, and it still has a Walmart sticker on it. It was $5 at Walmart whenever it was sold, and actually, I will go grab that right now, so give me a second. Okay, so, I have it right here. See, the plastic is still in the plastic with the sticker and everything. It's got both episodes, because there is 2 episodes. There's Say Cheese and Die, Say Cheese and Die Again, because those are the 2 Say Cheese and Die books. Yeah, Say Cheese and Die was one of the few that got a sequel. Some books don't really get a sequel. There's the color, sorry. Here's the cover. I couldn't speak for a second. And I went and checked, what it says down here. This is, one of the 2007, releases, which is amazing, because that is one of the first releases, and it's still in the plastic. I got this at Wonder Book, and it's a very lucky find. I can't believe I found this, and I'm keeping it in the plastic forever. This is, like, one of the best things in my collection. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and put this down, sorry. Anyway, another cool fact is the air date for the episode was February 9th, 1996, which, fun fact about 1996, is the same year that Scream was released, the horror movie Scream, which is very popular. If you haven't heard about it, I doubt that, because it's very popular. My personal favorite horror movie. I have a Ghostface costume. I love Scream so much. But, in 1996 is when the first Scream came out, so if you've seen that, then you're awesome. If you've seen that movie, you're an awesome person, because that's an awesome movie. So, anyway, the main character, Greg Banks, is played by a young Ryan Gosling. So, in the episode, the actor that plays Greg Banks, the main character, is freaking Ryan Gosling, a young Ryan Gosling on a Goosebumps episode. I mean, that's crazy. He's very recognizable, though. He did not change a lot at all. His face looks the exact same from when he was young. It's actually quite, hilarious. Anyway, that's it for this category. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next category, which is the final rating. So, I will see you there. Alright, now this is my final rating of Say Cheese and Die, and I'm going to be 100% honest. I am going to give this book a probably 9.7 out of 10. Almost a dang 10. Only a couple little points off, just because of the differences, because there was a lot of differences between the episode and the book. And when I want to watch a Goosebumps episode where there's not many differences. So that's why I'm giving it a 9.7. But I recommend watching the episode and reading the book. Like I always say, it doesn't matter the order. You could read this first or watch this first. I don't care. It doesn't matter. This is free on YouTube. You gotta buy this. It's really easy to buy one of the new copies, the new reprints of this book, because they're like at every single bookstore that you can find. But this one you're gonna have to get from the Goosebumps tin, which is like around $25 to $30 each tin. And I'm really excited because they're making a new tin, which is blue. Blue's my favorite color, and the books are actually really good in that one. So anyway, also in the intro, I showed the sleeve that I have with the original 4, and so that was like, it's not a first edition copy, but it's an older copy than this, I'll tell you that. As you can see, the pages are still white, and that one had yellowed pages. So, anyway, yeah, if you have one of these lying around, then I recommend reading it. I recommend reading all Goosebumps books, really. I mean, they're all interesting. Some of them are not great. I'll get into that when I do those book reviews, but I will warn you, some are not great. Legend of the Lost Legend. Who said that? Whoa, was that me? Anyway, sorry. Sorry. I hope you like and subscribe, because it really helps us out. It helps the channel, helps my self-esteem, man. Because then that means that you guys are watching the videos and you're liking the content, which means I'm gonna keep pumping out content until there's no more content to make. Let's be real here. So if you want to get updates on the channel and just stay with us for as many years as we do this, I recommend, subscribing and turning on the bell notification thing so that you never miss a daily video. Because there are daily videos, as a matter of fact. I do a book review per day, except the weekends. The weekends I take a break so that I can read more books in order to review them, because I haven't read them all. Anyway, without further ado, I hope you had an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And, that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.